So welcome back. Fixed everything. It's now over under. I also made numbers so you can, whenever I want to talk about a point, I'll just mention that. And this is a chevron stitch. It's called a chevron stitch. It's mainly, you can see that first layer, this string is on the right. The next layer, the last string is going to be in the left. So that's it's kind of like a quad stitch, but it has the angle, so it gives you a kind of a hexagon type of stitch. I'm mentioning this specifically because there's no mentioning it on the website on scooby-doo.eu. So if you understand that, you'll understand also a twist and also a throw, 2x2 and 2x3, 3x3. So that's the reason I'm choosing a chevron, because it doesn't matter what kind of stitch, as long as you understand the glyph idea, you understand everything. So a normal chevron will have 2 pinks here, 2 pinks here, 2 grays here, and 2 grays here. Since this gray is, you need to make sure this point is gray, because this string is a gray string, and say that this 7 here is a pink string, so this point is pink. Now you don't have to have here a gray point, a pink point, because the ending here can be either pink or gray. So we'll see in a moment what happens if I change these points that are even numbers. So just again, odd numbers, you can't change them. You can't change the colors of them because it's the string itself. The even numbers you can change, because these are the next layer stitch. The next layers, yeah, the next layer. Anyway, normally, so let's just point out this pink goes straight here, this pink goes here, right, and so on. You understand? That's this way of doing things, and you get the easiest stitch for a chevron. Now for a glyph, the only glyph that I'm gonna mention as usual is the square inside the square, and to make sure to have it, we need to change this pink to gray and this gray to pink and so on. So I'm just gonna change that. So we start with odd numbers and we're ending up to even numbers. That's the idea here. Okay, every time we're gonna do anything, I'm gonna start with an odd number and you're gonna end up with an even number. So say number 7 can go either to number 6 or number 2. That's the only options. Number 3 is a odd number, so we don't go to number 3. So where number 7 will go. If I'll go to number here, then we won't get our ideal stitch, but we won't have a square inside a square. You see, you have a triangle here, and since we have a triangle, it will kind of go like this, and this one go like this, and this one go like this. So that's not what we want. We want something better than that. So obviously 7 goes to 2. Now, if 7 goes to 2, you can immediately go to number 3 and you can highlight here. And so on. You understand now that 1 goes to 4 and 5 goes to 8. So now I have a 3x3 stitch, which I don't even know what's the name of the stitch here. It's not going to be chevron, it's something else. I think one time I made it, but it was very recently, and it gives something like a octagon. Anyway, I want to give some example, and you want to figure out what to do. So I'll just give here. You see, every odd number is you must point these points here as the colors here. Gray must be gray here, pink must be pink, but even numbers 24 and 2, I'll do whatever I want. So let's see if you can figure it out. So I'm gonna wait a few seconds. So remember last exercise we said in between 2 points. So here, because I pointed even more points, it means you need to have in between 4 points, which means basically if 1 goes to 18, then you have, if 1 goes to 18, you will have in between 24, 21, 20, 19. So you want to have like that. So either 1 goes to 18 or can go to the other side, and let's see what happens. If 1 goes to, let's count 2, 3, 6, 7. If 1 goes to 8, will be 4 points in between. So let's see what happens if 1 goes to 8, because it's interesting. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but let's see. So obviously if 1 goes to 8, 13 goes to 20. Now, well, if these guys went there, 2 will go to 19 and 14 goes to 7 because they go straight, obviously. The issue is, and this is a good idea to mention, that if 2 goes to 19 exactly there, then it's not going to be a stitch, a good, it will be a 3x3, regular 3x3 stitch, because we have a 1 and 8, 13, 20. It's not going to be, it's not going to work like that well. It's not going to work even at all. But if I would have gone 1 to 8, but in different way, like that, think of entering horizontally. I go horizontally, and then I go like this, and then 90 degrees, and I get out. If I do that for each string, then it's gonna be possible. Now 19 goes like this. See, that's what the idea. Of course, my drawing is terribly wrong, so let's just fix that. See, now it has a different meaning. 19 goes to 2 and 7 goes to 14. That way is very different than going just straight. So this is a good idea of showing you what's the difference. Strings are very complicated in general, and even to point out that 7 goes to 14, I could have gone 7 to 14 that way, but I could have gone also 7 to 14 via going outside here, going there, whatever. So we can't really describe everything on the stitch here. The only way is just to mention 2 points right now as a vector or whatever. So I have here our last square. We need to finish with that square, and we'll finish this exercise. I think it's enough for today. Next exercise will be much more complicated. Now I have here 24, 21, 3, 9, and so on. Pause here and again the video and try to figure it out. We're making now the center string, center square. So 3 can't go to 24 because, well, it's not going to end up with a square. So 3 goes to 12, and I'm making it a little bit, the font a little bit smaller. Entering for the center, entering for the second layer, going out, and 9 degrees here. Always, when you enter and you exit, you go 90 degrees. Or horizontally, vertically, excuse me. So 15 goes to 24. Enter, go out like this, and so on. Now 21 goes to either 9 or 6. What do you think? To number 6. Now this is a little bit more difficult. Let's see how it's going to happen. What's going to happen now? Should I go here to the left side, or should I go to the right side? Should I go here or here? Now, if I go here, then I go for the center strings. And I don't want that. I want to make sure first to enter the second square and then for the third square. So I go to the right, go insert, inside, go outside, here, and then here. And same goes to number 9 to 18. Go for here, go outside. So I hope you enjoyed this exercise. It's a little bit more difficult than before, obviously, and see you soon.